Hello again, boys and girls. Now we're going to do math. We're going to continue working with money. So let's review before we do something new. Very good. Okay, so this coin is called a penny. Good. This is the front of the penny. This is the back of the penny. And how much is 1 penny worth? Right, 1 cent. So if I had like 200 pennies, it's a lot of pennies, that would be 200 cents. Because each one is worth 1. It would actually be $2 too. So save your pennies. You can turn them into dollars. Okay, and this larger coin is called a, nickel. The front of the nickel, the back of the nickel. And 1 whole nickel all by itself is, 5 cents. And we learned that we can use 5 pennies also to make 5 cents. So, before we do something new, we're going to continue reviewing how to combine and count nickels with pennies. So, in front of you, you should have 2 nickels and 10 pennies. And I'm going to put the amount and then we're going to make it, okay? So, let's make this amount. Let's make 4 cents. Now, let's think about the coins that we have. To make 4 cents, can you use a nickel? When you're at the store, you can pay it and they'll give you money back if you pay extra. But if we want to make exactly 4 cents, there's only 1 coin we can use, right? And the penny, because it's worth 1, we count by ones. 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cent, 4 cent. Okay, good job. Okay, let's try another. This time let's make 8 cents. 8 cents. Now, what is the easiest way we can make 8 cents? We could use 8 pennies, but to use less coins, these metal pieces of money or coins. Okay, what can we use? Let's think how to make 8. Which coin is worth more, the nickel or the penny? Right, the nickel. So let's start with the nickel. 5. Okay. Now we start counting up by 1. 5, 6 cents, 7 cents, 8 cents. Good job. Okay, what if we want to make 10 cents? 10 cents using our nickels and pennies. Now we know that we can make any amount of cents with pennies, but we don't want to have so many pennies. Can we do anything with nickel? To bring us closer to 10? Well, let's think about the number 10. 10 is 5 and 5, On our 10 frame, it's split in half, 5 and 5. Well, we could use 2 nickels, 5 and 5. And remember when we learned when we were doing skip counting, the different ways to 100? We counted by 5s. So we can do it like this. 5, 10. Okay, but what if you only have 1 nickel? Can the pennies help out? Sure they can. Our nickel will make the first 5 cents, and then our pennies can make the other 5 cents. So 5, and we count up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good job. Okay, I'm going to take these out. You guys can move your coins away. Keep them in a separate pile, your nickels and your pennies, so they're easier to grab. Not for me. Okay, do you have your coins separate? Okay, this time I'll put some coins in and we'll count to see the amount. And we're going to start with the nickel. And I'll put some pennies in. Do you remember which coin I said you should count first when counting coins? The one that's the shiniest? No. The one that's the prettiest? No. The one that is worth the most? Yes. So, you might have to organize them, but when you pick out coins, take the one that's worth the most first. Okay, let's count. How much is the nickel? 5. And then when we get to pennies, we start counting up by ones. 5 cents, 6 cents, 7 cents, 8 cents, 9 cents. And when you write the amount, don't forget to put the cents symbol, because that could be 9 dogs, 9 cats, and we're counting money. So we want to make sure we put the symbol that goes with it. So this made 9 cents. And let's do another one. Okay, so here we have some pennies and nickels again. Okay, which do I count first? The penny because it's in line first? No, I still count the one that's worth the most first. So I'll move it over here. Okay, let's count. Nickels worth 5, and then when we get to pennies, we count up by 1 because they're only worth 1. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. And that would make 8 cents. Good job. Okay. Clear your bank. Keep your pennies and your nickels separate so that it's easier to follow along with me. Okay, what if I only have nickels? They're all nickels. There's no pennies. Right. Since a nickel is worth 5, we can count by 5s, just like we did when we were doing our 100th day. Counting by 5s is another way if they're in sets of 5. Okay, so let's skip count by 5. Ready? 5, 10, 15. So this makes 15 cents. Okay, let's do that again. 5, 10, 15. Of course, you can make 15 cents using pennies too, but in this case, we have all nickels, so we only have to count by 5s. 5, 10, 15. 15 cents. Good job. Okay, now I'm going to introduce you to another coin. And move this, let me sit down. Now, this coin is called a dime. Let me put one up on the board for you. A dime. Okay, so now you might have a dime over there on the side, because I told your parents we would be learning about dimes today too. And we're going to do like we did the other day. So I want you to take 1 nickel, 1 penny, and 1 dime. And we're going to examine them again. And we're going to see how they are alike and how they are different. Okay, so this dime, let's talk about it first. We get a back of a dime. And here's the back of the dime. Okay. All right, let's compare and contrast. Does the dime have a head on it, like the penny and the nickel? It sure does. And that is the head of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who was the 32nd President of the United States. And he held office longer than any other president. He was elected for 4 terms. Now they don't let us do that anymore. Presidents can only serve 2 terms. Okay, what else? Okay, let's look at the back. Oh, well, let's see if we see the same words. Okay, remember we said the word liberty was on the nickel and the penny. Can you find it on the dime? It starts with an L. He looks like he's looking at it. Liberty. And remember that is part of the United States of America's motto. Liberty, we're freedom. Okay, what else can you see? I have to get my glasses because I can't see. I lost them. Okay. All right, let's see if we can see any numbers like we did on the other coins. Okay, if you look down below his neck, there is a number. There's 4 digits. That's the year that coin was made. So it tells you the age of the coin. Okay, let's see what else is on the front. Can't see. This is terrible. I can't see. Ah, do you see the word God? That's what right in the front of his neck. In God we trust, just like on the penny and on the nickel. Okay, now turn it over to the back. And on the penny and nickel, we saw United States of America because it's an American coin. Do you see that? Right, find the letter U right on the back, like a rainbow. United States of America. Okay, and also on the penny, we saw it said if the words 1 cent. They don't have 5 cents on the nickel. Let's see if we see what it says on the dime. If it tells us how many cents. Well, the one I have here says 1 dime. Well, we know it's 1 dime. Does anybody know how much a dime is worth? It is worth 10 cents. Wow, so our penny is 1 cent, we said, right? And then we said our nickel is 5 cents, and now we know that 1 dime is 10 cents. Let's talk about the symbols on the back. Is there a building like there was the Lincoln Memorial on the back of the penny, the Monticello House on the back of the nickel? You see a building? No, right? You see a torch in the middle. What do you think that torch is a symbol of? Like the Statue of Liberty holds a torch. That's what it's a symbol of. Liberty, freedom. Good. What else do you see? An olive branch. Do you remember what the olive branch is a symbol of? Right. Peace. Very good. And then there's also an oak branch. Is it oak? Yeah. Oak is a type of tree. And trees are strong and solid. So that reminds us that we come from a nation of strength and freedom. So we're trying to be strong and solid. Good. Okay. All right. Now you know that's a dime, that's a nickel, and that's a penny. I want you to look at them all very closely. What do you notice about the size of the dime compared to the nickel and the penny? Right? When we talked about the penny and the nickel, we noticed that the penny is smaller in size than the nickel. And we said, okay, well that makes perfect sense because a dime is only worth 1. The nickel should be bigger, right? Because it's worth 5. But what do you notice about the dime? Right. It is smaller than the penny. It is smaller than the nickel, but it's 10 cents. How can that be? Now I want you to pick up your dime and look more closely. Put the nickel in your hand too. Look at them at the same time. You see how thin that dime is too? So not only is the dime smaller in size than the penny and the nickel, but it is also super thin, right? Well then how on earth can that little dime be worth more than our nickel and our penny? Now I want you to only hold the dime in your hand. I want you to look very carefully at the sides. What do you notice there? Right, there's 2 different colors there. It's kind of got the color of a penny and the color of the nickel. What else do you notice? Run your fingers along the sides. Is it smooth like the penny was and smooth like the nickel was? No. The dime has what I like to call magic ridges. And I made this up 26 years ago with my first kindergarten class when a little girl named Diana Del Grasso said to me, "But Miss Sweeney, if the dime is so small, how can it be worth more than a nickel and more than a penny?" And I was like, that's a good question. So I looked at it very, very closely, and I noticed that the dime has these little ridges, these little bumps that we don't have on the penny or the nickel. And it's 2 colors. Colors of the penny and colors of the nickel. So I said to myself and to the class, I said, well, I think the secret of the dime being worth 10 cents, being so small, is because it has those little magic bumps that helps it hold 10 cents, and it has the color of the penny and the nickel. So maybe right here in this little dime, it's like having 5 pennies with 1 nickel, because 5 and 5 makes 10 cents. So there's a little secret about the dime. Okay, so now I'm going to bring my pocket chart back over, and we're going to look at the 3 or 4 ways we can make 10 cents. Okay, so the easiest way to make 10 cents you just learned is, so I'm just going to put the 10 there, and these are going to be all different ways we can make 10 cents. All right, you know what? Let's start with our pennies. Let's start with our pennies. How many pennies do we need to make 10 cents? That's right, 10, because each one is one. Let me make sure you can see that pocket. Good. Okay. So let's count 10 cents using pennies. Ready? Each one is one, so we count by one. 1 cent. 2 cent. 3 cent. 4 cent. 5 cent. 6 cents. 7 cents. 8 cents. It's getting crowded. 9 cents. And I'll put one more here. 10 cents. That is one way to make 10 cents, but certainly not the easiest. Okay, now let's do it using nickels and pennies. Nickels and pennies. 1 nickel is, right, 5 cents. So we have 5 cents, but we're going to combine some pennies now to get to 10. So 5 cents, now we count up by 1. 6 cents, 7 cents, 8 cents, 9 cents, 10 cents. Okay, good. Now, is there another way we can make 10 cents? No more pennies? 5 and 5, right. So we can use 2 nickels to make 10 cents. By counting by 5s, right? 5, 10. Okay, and now you know that there is one coin all by itself can make 10 cents. And that is our dime. Look at that. You see, we used less and less coins as we went down. Okay, we started with 10 pennies counting by ones. Then we started with 5, counted up by 1 using pennies to make 10. Then we were able to go 5, 10 to use 2 nickels. And then we were able to make 10 cents by using 1 little dime. All right, so what you're going to do for practice today, again, is reviewing, combining nickels and pennies. So you're going to get a page like this with mushroom caps. And you're going to get 2 pages that look like this. Okay, because you're going to show how to make 5 cents 2 ways, 7 cents 2 ways, 9 cents 2 ways, and 10 cents 2 ways using this page. So you're going to cut the mushroom cap and then glue it to match the stem. Okay, you're also going to do match the coins in the piggy bank to the item that you can buy. And there's a dime on this one. And you're also going to do, because this is super easy, you just learned adding and subtracting, and it's only pennies. So on this page, you're going to add the coins, add up the pennies, 3 cents plus 2 cents. How many cents? 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cent, 4 cent, 5 cents, and you'll write the amount. Okay? And then on this one, you're going to take away pennies. Okay, so you read the subtraction action sentence. 5 cents minus, take away 3. X out 3. How many are left? That's the difference. 7 cents, take away 4 cents. So you're going to X out 4. How many are left? Okay, and then there's one activity on Seesaw where you're going to identify, find, and circle all of the dimes. All right, boys and girls, I'll see you in a little while for religion.